What's up, guys? What's up? 10.5k day today. Let's go over the trade recap. Alright, so change up the chart colors a little bit. I think they're pretty tough. Yeah. So, Friday, there was 10 a.m. news today. Pretty sure it was Jolt's jobs opening. Yeah. So, coming to the day, during market open and pre-market, we swept out previous day lows, but I wasn't too worried about that because of this low down here that I wanted to see get targeted. We never actually fully went to it, but that's just the direction I wanted to see price go. And honestly, we've been in this range all the way since February 6th. And so yeah, I'm honestly just gonna be chopping around. We got bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. It just keeps going back and forth. We dumped yesterday, so I'm guessing we're just gonna dump again today. Honestly, we're just creating a range. Probably will break out of it soon. Yeah. If we get onto the 1 hour time frame here, we had these low resistance highs right here, and they're relatively equal to each other. And then we had these relatively equal to each other as well. So those are both good draws just in general. And then we had this BPR range right here on this 1 hour. That was the original draw on liquidity that I want to see price target before getting a actual reversal. And then my original actual draw on liquidity to get to was this 1 hour unfilled fair value gap. So yes, we broke structure and created change in steady delivery to the upside today, but that wasn't going to stop me because we had a really strong SMT with previous New York AM highs from yesterday, and NASDAQ was the weaker index here. Yeah, and then during Asia and London, we manipulated downward and then came up. But the only reason we dumped today is because of this 1 hour gap and sweeping out Asia highs and these relative equal highs. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably try to take longs today. Yeah, there's a bunch of long opportunity at market open, but I ended up taking shorts and went pretty great. So yeah, that's the overall bias. So we have an SMT high time frame gap, check, draw on liquidity right there, check, and yeah, that's really it. So let's actually get into the entry part now. So if we head under the 15-minute time frame here, it's honestly just the same structure. So we have low resistance liquidity and London lows sitting down here. That was another good target to go for, London lows. So if you come right here, so that's market open right there. So we immediately go into that 1 hour bearish fair value gap up there. So if we head onto the 5-minute time frame, you see we tap a 5-minute gap right here. I don't want to get too ahead, sorry. You see we tap the hourly gap right here, and then we also ended up tapping a 5-minute gap. But here is why I decided to take short. So we have the SMT high time frame gap, okay? So that's already short opportunity. Now if we got into the 1 minute time frame right here, we have our change in state of delivery on the 1 minute, and then we have a 2-minute inversion fair value gap right here. This candle inverses it, and it creates a low. Now, this is the low it creates right here. So that's the low it creates, and then the reason I want to take shorts is because after this change in state of delivery, we have our SMT right here, 1 hour gap. So this is already creating a nice high resistance high that's going to be protected. Now, this is where we set up the fib levels and we get another SMT. So let me show you guys this right here. So I go from the swing high to the swing low. And now the reason my entry was a couple points off was because I entered and it pushed up my entry to up here. I had my limit order right here, but it pushed it up to right here, so this is just where it is. Honestly worked out, gave me a couple extra points of profit, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, so right here is where we get entered, and then our stop right here. So we get entered on this candle right here, and then we create another SMT right here, which gives us this high right here as an even like better high resistance high that's going to be protected. So that's where I have my stop, because I'm like, okay, I'm sure that this high is not going to get pushed through, because you know it's being protected. It's high resistance. Okay, so now we're kind of chopping around, and then this is where we start to head more into profit. So right here is where we start to head more into profit. I go break even at this internal low right here. So now I'm going to be break even, just like so. And then we move lower, and then this is where 10 a.m. news comes out right here. And I'll show you guys why this is important in a second. Okay, so now that 10 a.m. news is open, we have this 1 minute bearish for rally gap that gets formed. Now, here's why it's important. We have our 10 a.m. key open. If we draw from the swing high to the swing low right here, you can see it lines up almost perfectly with the 0.5. And I actually told people that you can have another position or limit order set right here if you want, and have your stop at that high or at this high of this candle, and target the same area, and you could get another insane trade out of that. So that really helped me out right there. And then we keep on delivering. So where we deliver a little more. Okay, and then this is where we actually end up creating an SMT divergence with ES here, and this is where I end up, you know, exiting my trade. So we come up, and then literally on this candle right here, I end up exiting. So this little line right here, I'll actually delete that. This little line is where I exited. So right here I'm taking out, and then we get a stronger push up, back up to the actual 10 a.m. right here. Boom, hit the 10 a.m. and then we end up going straight to TP in the end. I exited because the SMT, yes, I was a little scared because ES ended up tapping the hourly gap at the time right here. So I just wanted to exit early. Yeah, great trade today, 0.62 of the range SMT. So if we go through another review of this trade recap right here, we have our liquidity sweep. Asia highs get swept out. 1 hour gap gets tapped. If we head on to the 15-minute time frame here, just to help us out a little bit, we have our 1 hour gap as our draw on liquidity right here. We have a 15-minute gap that actually gets inversed in our favor. And then if we head on to the 2-minute time frame for our entry model, we have our internal SMT right here, our external SMT from the New York AM highs, and then we have our 2-minute inverse for rally gap, break even at the internal low. We draw our fib from the protected swing high to low, have our limit order set at the 0.62 range, top tick that bitch, changing state delivery to the downside, and then yeah, just targeting opposing sell side liquidity right here, and then the 1 hour for value gap. And I also forgot to mention that our standard deviation also lines up on the 4, just about at the sell side liquidity. Yeah, great trade today. Yeah, the other one's recorded from Wednesday, so that'll be posted, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.